Have you ever stopped to think why some men our age can wear a simple t-shirt and still convey elegance and maturity, while others seem stuck in time or desperately trying to cling to youth? You know that moment when you open your wardrobe on the weekend and grab the first t-shirt you see, without thinking if it really matches the person you've become. Over the years, I've realized that a t-shirt can be your best ally or your worst enemy when it comes to conveying the right image. For a long time, I made the mistake of thinking that a t-shirt was just a basic piece that anyone would do as long as it was comfortable. I wore the same ones I bought at 25, without realizing that my age, social position, and even my body had changed significantly. Today I'm going to share with you the 8 outdated t-shirts that every man over 40 needs to eliminate from their wardrobe if they want to maintain an elegant appearance. And look, item number 6 is something I wore for years without realizing how much it was hurting my appearance. So stay with me until the end because, in my experience, making these substitutions will completely transform your casual look, maintaining comfort but adding the sophistication that our age demands. Tip 1. T-shirts with giant sports brand logos. Let's start with something I see constantly. T-shirts with giant sports brand logos stamped on the chest. Man, I understand the appeal of these pieces. You buy a t-shirt from a famous brand, it's comfortable, and the big logo seems to convey quality. The problem is that when you're over 40, wearing t-shirts with huge logos can give the impression that you're doing free advertising. Very large logos draw attention to themselves instead of complementing your appearance. And when you're at an age where you want to convey confidence and maturity, this dependence on external logos can send the wrong message. The solution isn't to completely abandon sports brands, but to choose pieces where the logo is discreet or non-existent. Many brands make t-shirts without apparent logos, focusing on fabric quality. Another alternative is to opt for plain t-shirts in solid colors: white, black, navy blue, gray, which are versatile and elegant. And look, if you're noticing that these details make a difference, subscribe to the channel because I have much more tips based on real experience. Tip 2. T-shirts from bands or old events. Now let's talk about something that can be emotionally difficult. T-shirts from bands or old events. I see many men our age still wearing that t-shirt from the concert they went to 15 years ago, or from the band that marked their youth. The problem is that, aesthetically, they can make you look like you're stuck in the past. These t-shirts create a temporal dissonance. You're physically in the present with the maturity of your 40-something years, but your clothing is screaming an era that has already passed. The solution isn't necessarily to get rid of all of them. Some may have sentimental value, but reserve them for specific moments, at home, for sleeping, or very casual situations. For public use, invest in t-shirts that reflect who you are today, not who you were 2 decades ago. If these tips are making sense to you, how about leaving a like on the video? It's a simple gesture that makes all the difference. Each interaction helps our content reach more people who deserve to have access to this information. Tip 3. Polo shirts with multiple logos and embroidery. This item might surprise you. Polo shirts with multiple logos and embroidery. Many men our age think that polo is automatically more elegant than a regular t-shirt, and it can be, but only when well chosen. The problem arises when you wear polos full of logos, excessive embroidery, or details that look more like a 90s uniform. The excessive visual elements can create a confusing and unsophisticated appearance. The strategy is to opt for cleaner and simpler polos. A quality polo, in solid color, with discrete logo or no logo, conveys much more elegance. Colors like navy blue, white, gray, or earthy tones are versatile and timeless. Tell me in the comments, have you already reconsidered your polo choices? What's your experience with simpler models? Tip 4. Graphic t-shirts with humorous phrases. Let's talk about graphic t-shirts with humorous phrases or funny messages. For a period, I thought that t-shirts with witty phrases were a way to show personality. The problem is that, at our age, this type of t-shirt can give an impression of immaturity or lack of seriousness. Humor in clothing works better when you're younger. When you're over 40, people expect more subtle and sophisticated communication. Additionally, many of these phrases age poorly. What was funny a few years ago can sound forced today. The alternative is to let your personality show through other elements: the quality of the pieces you choose, the way you combine colors, or through discreet accessories. And look, if you're seeing value in these tips tested in practice, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tip 5. Oversized or extremely tight T-shirts. Now we reach a crucial point. Oversized or extremely tight T-shirts. This is a mistake I see constantly. Men who go to extremes in t-shirt sizes. Either they wear huge pieces, thinking they'll hide changes in their body, or they wear skin-tight t-shirts, trying to show a physical shape they might not have anymore. Oversized t-shirts make you look sloppy. Extremely tight ones can highlight exactly what you want to hide, besides seeming like you're forcing a young appearance. The solution is in balance. A well-fitted t-shirt should follow the natural contour of your body without being tight or too loose. The tip is, when trying on a t-shirt, raise your arms, sit down, Move naturally. If it restricts movement or creates excessive wrinkles, it's not the right size. Leave a comment. Have you had difficulty finding the ideal t-shirt size? Tip 6. Thin and transparent cotton T-shirts. And we reach the item. I promised something I wore for years myself, thin and transparent cotton t-shirts for a long time. I bought cheap t-shirts, those very thin ones that after a few washes became almost transparent. I didn't realize this was creating a sloppy appearance. The problem with very thin t-shirts is that they don't properly structure the torso, can show body hair or skin imperfections, and generally lose their shape quickly. The solution is to invest in cotton t-shirts with adequate weight, neither too thick nor too thin. Good quality cotton maintains its shape, is opaque, and ages gracefully. Look for fabrics with at least 180 grams per square meter weight. It may cost a bit more, but the difference in appearance that compensates for the investment. Tip 7. T-shirts with tropical or themed prints. Let's talk about t-shirts with tropical or exaggerated themed prints. I'm referring to those t-shirts with palm trees, flamingos, vintage cars, or any print that screams vacation or specific theme. While they can be fun in specific contexts, in daily life, they can make you look like you don't know how to distinguish occasions. Very themed prints drastically limit where and when you can wear the piece. Additionally, they can give an impression that you're trying to force a cool personality. The strategy is to reserve this type of print for very specific situations, beach vacations, family barbecues. For general use, prefer more subtle patterns or solid colors. Tip 8. Promotional t-shirts from companies or events. And we reach the last item. Promotional t-shirts from companies or events. These are those t-shirts you got at a fair or corporate event. The problem is that they're usually made with cheap materials. They have inadequate cuts and carry logos that have nothing to do with your personal image. Wearing promotional t-shirts in daily life can give the impression that you don't invest in your own appearance. The solution is simple. Reserve these t-shirts for household activities or home exercises. To leave the house, invest in t-shirts that truly reflect the care you have for your image. If you have a limited budget, it's better to have 3 quality t-shirts that you use in rotation than 10 promotional ones that don't do justice to your social position. Recapping the 8 t-shirts we should avoid: giant sports logos, old band t-shirts, polos with multiple embroidery, humorous phrases, extreme sizes, thin and transparent cotton, exaggerated tropical prints, and promotional T-shirts. In my experience, making these substitutions will completely transform your casual look. You'll notice that you can maintain the comfort of a t-shirt but with a much more sophisticated appearance appropriate to your maturity. Remember, a quality t-shirt well fitted in appropriate color can be as elegant as a dress shirt in many casual situations. So, how many of these t-shirts do you still have in your wardrobe? What will be the first change you'll make? Leave your experience in the comments because I love exchanging ideas with men who, like us, understand that taking care of appearance is a matter of self-respect. If the content was useful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned because in the next video, I'll show the best t-shirt alternatives for elegant men over 40. Until then, if you made it this far, it's because you take improving your style seriously. So I prepared this next video for you to watch. It's the perfect step for you to continue evolving. And take a look at this playlist too. It has a complete map to dress like a true gentleman over 40, stylish, elegant and powerful every day. Until the next video.